I'm Amospikins. I'm here live on Center-ECD Enterprise TV. I'm going to be talking about two things today. First of all, I'm going to be showing you how easy it is as a developer to build your own AI-powered solutions. Like you want to have all those mini apps that you see on Play Store now that you'll be able to chat with, like ChatGPT. I'm going to give you just little things to do to get your own up and running, and I'm going to also be talking about a little bit of architecture on the monolithic part and microservices part. So stay with me. Let's talk about the AI powered apps that you would like to build. First of all, you can go on the ChatGPT platform and create your own account. They have the API part on the website where you can see how you can interact with their APIs. And of course, it's very simple. If you are dealing with web development, you can just write your small front end with HTML, CSS, and then now down to JavaScript. You can use your Fetch API to call the API of ChatGPT to request information, and then it returns back the prompt to you or response. So meaning you give it the prompt and it gives you a response, and you carry that response in turn and then you put it in the front of the user. It's just very, very simple as that. You don't need to start training your own model, start developing your own data. You don't need all that. They've done that for you. So it's like building your own mini ChatGPT. You can call it like James GPT and then you can carry on. Okay, so that's fine. Don't mention. Okay, fine. Let's talk about the architectures that I talked about earlier. If you've not heard of monolithic architecture before and microservices, these are some of the things you might meet down the line later in the future as a software developer, especially in Africa. Probably if you started off like maybe you were outside the country, even in the university, they would have mentioned it to you. Probably you guys would have been building things in that aspect. You were trained in Africa, you learned like from Nigeria, of course, the way we used to learn on the street, or we always learn by ourselves. So you might meet this thing down the line. Okay, so in 2009, Netflix had a problem which almost 90% of tech companies in the world also face once they start having customers, large user base and all that. So in 2009, when their apps or websites started growing and more people are streaming movies on their platform, they started having bottlenecks, streaming, hanging, and many issues with the service. So they knew it was time to break into what they call microservices. I will explain the two in a bit. So when you are starting up a company, a tech company that is based on specific app like Opay, for example, to quickly get the MVC out, minimum viable product, out very fast, we always tend to build things with monolithic architecture. So what does monolithic mean? It means we build everything that concerns the app into one single code base. All your services, users, profiles, business logic, everything is in one code base. It's very beautiful. It gets the work done very fast, and it helps like single developer 2, 3, 4, 5 at least to be able to work on that single code base, and it helps your MVP to come out very, very fast. But once you start having a lot of users using your services, especially if your app is processor intensive, it might be high time to start thinking of microservices. So if monolithic is having everything in one code base, imagine if you start having more developers, like 10 to 15, and they start adding features, and before you know it, one feature added might cause another problem on another feature that is already existing on its own, and nobody knows where the bug is coming from. They are not even related. So for example, let me give you an example. You will see that, okay, we just decided to add maybe Google Auth to the application. We were using username and password before, and the Google Auth now is now affecting the request of the user for checking account balance. You'll be wondering what's the link there. You start having issues, and then you start having more bugs from developers working on different aspects of the app.